Catch up on the latest music news, social issues, exclusive interviews, album reviews, also featuring entrepreneurs doing big things, all on musiclifesocial.com. We do this for the people to empower the people. Welcome to musiclifesocial.com, the Music Life Social podcast. I'm your host, Raheem, aka Big Heem, and I got a very special guest in the building with us tonight. You know, coming all the way from Charleston, West Virginia, a good friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine. You know, he is now a Charleston, West Virginia City Council member representing Ward 4. We got Larry Moore in the building with us this evening. Larry, how you doing, man?
And I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you allowing me on your podcast, Ryan. This is real big, man. Real big.
Oh, man, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Real quick, give the people just a brief summary of your background.
All right. Well, like I said, I grew up on the west side of Charleston. I attended, the local schools. I went to Marshall University. I graduated with a bachelor's in physical education. I have a master's in special education. I have a master's from West Virginia State University in educational instructional leadership. And right now, like I said, I worked in the public school system. I coach a high school football. And also I'm involved in nonprofit organization, Keep Your Faith Corporation. And there's a lot of other things I was involved in, a lot of boards and other groups.
Cool. That's what's up, man. When we talk about West Virginia, from outsiders, they don't understand that it is a lot of African-American history there, especially in the Charleston area. Mm-hmm. Growing up there, I don't recall, a whole lot of Black representation on like the council and things of that nature. How big is it right now to have that diversity on the city council? Even I think maybe even some state representatives are there, or
some delegates. Yeah, we have some delegates here.
Yeah. How big is that, man? For you to be sitting on the board, sitting as a city council member in a place that you grew up representing the west side of Charleston, how big is that?
Man, it's real big because, I'm really getting to speak our voice and speak for the people that are here. And we've grown up here. So, we know firsthand, we've seen it. Like you said, growing up, I don't really remember many African Americans really being on council. Now, we had a lot of voices in the community, but nobody that was really in a political office space. They had the opportunity to make policies and change laws and stuff. So it really wasn't that many of us. And I think, man, and now we have like four on city council right now, and that helps out a lot.
That's cool. That's great, man. What are right now? What are some of the most pressing issues that's facing the community or your district in general?
In my district alone, we're just trying to work on some economic urban renewal situations and whatnot. So like right now, we're trying to get, the thing of it now is to get families to move over here. Like we have got hit with a lot of like apartments being built, and they're really just for short-term stay. We need permanent residents because that affects the school system. Because right now, our schools are some of the worst performing in the state. And it's not just because of like, the teachers. The teachers are wonderful, but it's just that the demographic that we're getting, and a lot of people are not staying there, and it's like a lot of this in and out. And once you have like parents that are involved at PTAs, LSICs, they are into the schools, and it goes over, because when you're more involved, if you're gonna be permanently here for a long time, you're more involved. If I'm only gonna be here for a couple of months because I'm gonna stay in this apartment till something else opens up, or I'm only here for a short time so I can get to where I really want to be, and you just get out of here. So we're trying to build a community. Like I said, when we grew up, it was families everywhere. So trying to get back to that.
That's what's up, man. That's what I'm talking about. One of the main reasons why I left is because of lack of opportunity, and I wanted to grow and expand a little more. As beautiful as Charleston is, and it gives you a great sense of community, families knowing each other, vibing together. Someone always inviting you into their home or whatnot. If you didn't have a place to sleep or didn't have a meal or whatnot, somebody knew, your mother, your grandmother, or something. You know what I mean, or whatnot. Is that is that something that you are keen in on? Is just opportunity to get people to stay in the region?
Oh yeah, that's one of my biggest goals, man. Like right now, I can give kudos to Charleston right now. We relocated some businesses now. We have like they're doing a $65 million I say a rebuild. They turned down an old Caskey building, and I think Trans Canada's gonna come in, opening up, and they're gonna open up office space and bring jobs. We just relocated a engineering firm from Elkview to downtown Charleston. They already have 170 jobs, so they're gonna offer 50 more once they move into the space in the city. So it's some things going on, and like I said, Raheem, and that's what most everybody leaves. Like I mean, it's so many of us, our generation, our friends that that many have moved to Charlotte, Atlanta, Columbus, the DC area, just because, like you said, opportunities. And I think that with forward thinking people in the political spaces here, we can maybe do good, either bring you guys, some of you guys back, or and keep the younger people here too. That's what we need to do. Is bring like the middle age. Well, middle age now is funny,
Right. I know.
no, middle age.
Why?
I know, right? But bring some of us back to relocate, because like a guy like you say, Raheem, you've been in Atlanta, so you right now you get the podcast. You've touched so many different avenues, so you would be a great asset to come back, because you can bring what you've learned from Atlanta here to Charleston, and it could work. But still, we just need more of a pump, more of a population boost, and more, like you said, more businesses to come here, more entities. So, like the progressive thinking people in the office in the right spots, it can happen.
That's cool, man. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. Um, you know, how important, because I know you're involved in several organizations
Yeah.
and nonprofits or whatnot. What is the youth movement like there, man? It's a lot of youth. Do they get involved in some of the community
Mm,
activities and things like that?
Man, we got some young guys that are young men and women that are just, man, phenomenal, man. Like we have a young man that matter of fact, he opened up, like they opened a community center, like a real deal community center, and
Hmm.
they doing all kind of tools and stuff, man. He's going to get into like after school programs. I mean, he's a bright young man. He matter of fact, he went to Capitol High School, played football, went to a junior co in California, and then played at Eastern Michigan. He just graduated like 2 3 years ago, so now he's in the process of working with community programs. He has things going on with another young man that he's always into. Man, he's got his own clothing line going. I mean,
Oh,
it's some young talented. I mean, young talented people here, like just like the restaurant business. We have, I mean, it's so many talented people, and they're all active. And that's one thing about I can say though, man, is that
I
when
know.
things come together,
Yeah, when I
they get
went back.
together.
Yeah, when I came back last March, I went to I can't remember the name of it. It was like a barbecue spot right there on
Oh,
like Four Corners
Oh
or
yeah, yeah, them two brothers. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, that man, they're man great. Like the young lady, well, her dad's name is Bay Wright. Matter of fact, he grew up here. He had moved to Florida, played in the NFL, and
Mhm.
he moved back and brought his business here. And his daughter's Ashley. She's pretty much like one of the day to day like running it, helping with her dad. But Ashley's real in it, man. They just opened another business up. They opened a separate one, another one downtown Charleston, right there on Summer Street, and
Oh,
that's doing well too. It's knocking stuff out the box.
okay, okay, cool, man, great. That's great to hear. Um, you know, uh, you being involved in everything because you're also the interim vice principal, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. That's South
You,
Charleston Middle School.
yeah, you coach football. I mean, I mean, you're everywhere
Man,
in the community, man.
yeah.
You know what? I mean, what legacy? What do you want to leave behind, Larry Moore? When it's all said and done, what do you want people not only to remember you for, but what stamp do you want to leave on the community? What would be like the ultimate goal when you look back? Let's say 20, 30 years from now, you look back and you just stand outside and you be like, damn, the community has changed. We really turned this around.
Like I want them to be like, man, don't let where you come from define you.
Hmm.
Like, we came from the West Side, and everybody the West Side, they look at us like we're a certain way. We're not supposed to do this.
Hmm.
And like I want people to know to step outside your box. Sometimes it's good to be uncomfortable. So like get into politics. Like I never thought I was going to be into politics. I told you I got appointed to the position.
Hmm.
Then I had to rerun in 2022 and got reelected. So I had a wise friend of mine. He told me, like, he was like, man, how we change things is from the inside. So, I was always highly active in the community. I mean, doing all kind of events and make sure, doing stuff. But now I'm on the inside. So now I'm having firsthand access to policy changes, laws. So how I look at it, I want like the next little young guy, young black kid or whatever, and be like, man, I can do that too. Or I can do the same thing that he's doing, or I can just motivate the next person behind me to come up and keep what I'm doing and going. So my hope would be seeing that all the work that I'm doing that is paid off, and like Mickey said, hopefully we get like the city growing, my neighborhood growing, starting to flourish, just getting back to, like, I know people say, oh, times change, but I still think certain things should never change. Like, I don't think families and communities should change. I don't think home ownership should change. Our generational wealth, that's the thing I want to see people doing too. That's one thing that, I'm all about. So, like I said, generational wealth, the city growing and it's prospering and people coming behind me and continue to fight and still leading the charge to make change and make things right in the city.
Yeah, that's well said, man. That's well said. Charleston is like a central location. I mean, you have, Ohio right there, Columbus, Ohio. You have uh Kentucky not too far. DC's not too far. Virginia is right there. Uh Pennsylvania. Can you tell me, what do you feel that what are some of the advantages of Charleston being right there in the center, and being surrounded by a lot of, major cities?
See, well, that's one thing about it. Like I give it like when Charleston, this is like, I'll be doing a lot of research, but like in the
Mhm.
70s when Robert C. Byrd, he advocated for the interstate system to run through Charleston. So now we have three major interstates that run through Charleston. So like I can get to Charlotte in 4 hours, 3.5, 3.5 hours. Columbus is 2 hours. Cleveland, 3 hours. New York, 8 hour drive. Atlanta, 8 hour drive. It's like you said, DC, 5 hours, 6 hours. So being in Charleston, and the thing about it, that's what makes us such a good spot, because we have all the interstates going through. So we have we're like a central location, either going north, going south, because we're not really, people like, you the south. I'm like, well, we really are. We're technically like right in the middle.
Right,
But it's
right,
like right in the middle, because you could,
right.
like, people say Columbus is Midwest, and that's
Mhm.
2 hours from us, but we're not considered Midwest. We're just like right in the middle.
Mhm.
I mean, so that makes us a good thing, and that's what always makes, I think what made Charleston too is that we're kind of a melting pot, because people come through all the time. But now the thing of it is now, don't just come through Charleston, stay in Charleston, invest in Charleston, make Charleston grow. So that's what, I mean, that's what we, hopefully we can get popping, man.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. I mean, for sure, because Charleston, with its location, you're right. It is a melting pot. We get people from. I remember living there, man. It was people from all over that used to come
Yeah,
there to come to school,
yeah, man.
or just to live, or just
Yeah,
just to work or
yeah,
raise a family, to get away from
yeah,
the largest cities.
yeah.
You know, um, what has been some of, in your eyes, what has been some of your monumental achievements, or whatnot, that you have accomplished?
Man, let's see. Woo.
Mm.
Like I helped out a lot of stuff, man. Like we like had some, they want to do something like put a like a needle exchange over here. And I'm not saying that it's not about people getting help, but
Mm.
it's the thing. What it is that they oversaturate our neighborhoods with
Mhm.
things like that. And I was able to help them. I'm not against getting people getting help and helping them out, none at all. But our neighborhoods become oversaturated, so which I said it infects what we can, like, businesses come, and then people who want to live over here, and exchange that. Also, I was a part of helping like get some playgrounds built over here. Like we got like a whole new basketball court put up, which has been good. I've been, like I said, right now I'm on the chair of the economic development, urban renewal. I'm the chair of that committee. So
Okay.
now I'm working on some things with that. So I got me and a couple other council people. Got some things on the works right now. So I'm new to that, because I was chair of Parks and Rec, which I helped get a whole new, like, like picnic area, Worts Avenue. And you know
Hmm.
Worts Avenue, that's a historical black neighborhood in the city of Charleston. It's on the east end. So
Right.
I was able to get that done, push that through. So it's going to be the people in that neighborhood. They needed that. The Worts Avenue needed that badly.
Okay.
So and I also I was able to.
Real
Oh
quick.
yeah, yes
Tell the
sir.
people who may not know or may not be familiar what urban renewal, what that board is, urban renewal, and what that
Okay.
consists of.
See, like they just started this committee. I think right before I got on the council.
Okay.
So right now, so since I'm new, like it was people had plans before me
Mm-hmm.
that well, and it was going with Cura. Well, Cura is like the Charleston urban land reuse. So they were doing things of like trying to take dilapidated homes and convert them into either affordable affordable homes for people to build, or just you can do whatever you want to land. Like say if you got a business or something like that. So that was part of it. So like I said, the whole thing is like say we're in my neighborhood, so we're just trying to, like I said, revive my neighborhood. So like I'm trying to put a plan together, like and I've sit down with some people, some groups that have come to the city. Like they have, I can't think of the name right now. I can't think of the group, but they want to invest a lot of money in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be sure that it's going to be invested into the right things, into the right things are brought over here. So I want to be like, nah, that's not going to be a good look for us. Or
Right.
because a lot of people come, and this is one thing I've noticed too. Like ever since like I call them poverty profiteers. So
Mm-hmm.
what they do, they'll try to come and get a lot of money, and they say they're gonna come to these neighborhoods and do, or our neighborhood and do these things, but they don't. They're only about the dollar. They don't really care about the people. So my thing is making sure the right things are done and the right moves are in place. So that's my
That affordable housing, real affordable
people.
housing.
Yes, and like let people be able to own a house. That's my thing. Like this. This is what I preach. This is what I feel. Like, all right, say Raheem, I think anybody should be able to own a home.
Mm-hmm.
So if I work at maybe a convenience store, but I should be able to own a house, because what happens is that it builds generational wealth and you own land. That's one thing people can never take from you. You own land, it's always gonna be worth some money. But
Mm-hmm.
like say this, all right, say I own a home. Now I have equity. So now I go to this bank, and then maybe I want to be an entrepreneur, but I can use my home, my land I own to get a loan. So I can buy that. I can get my business started. Like I said, I want to buy more property. I can use my home to buy more property. So now I can buy more houses and whatnot. Then maybe I can pass it down to my family, my kids, or I can just do whatever I want. But that's how you
Mm-hmm.
build generational wealth for us. And a lot of people in our community don't have that. We don't have that, or never were able to have the community that generational wealth to pass down to our kids or our family members. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's my whole goal.
That's true, because that's one of the fastest way to build home ownership and
Yeah,
being
man.
able to pass that down from one generation to the next, or in either also just finagle that into owning more property, having rental
Yeah.
property and things of that
Yeah.
nature,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, man, because that's what me and my wife did, what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, and it's about generational wealth, passing it on down to your kids or other family members or whatnot, giving them that leg up, that head start, you know. So yeah, I know exactly what you mean and how important that is or whatnot. Also, real quick, tell me about the food desert over there affecting the West End with it only being one grocery store.
Okay. See, yeah, man, and another thing I think it was hurting us too. Like we had Save a Lot that shut down. Raheem, growing up, remember we had Fast Check, we had Foodland, we had Big Bear, we had Kroger's, we had Save a Lot, we had like 7 stores within like Westside North Charleston neighborhoods.
Right.
So what started happening is like Save a Lot shut down. We're like, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Mm.
Then the Fast Check shut down. So then only left was Kroger's on the east end of Charleston. There's not a grocery store on the east end at all.
What? Hold on.
Listen, listen to me, Raheem. There's not a grocery store on the east end of Charleston. Now they have to go to Piggly Wiggly, which is on Bigley Avenue, which is still the west side, but it's still the farther end of the west side. So what's going on now? it's like we have like it's a food desert. So what we're getting, what we got,
Hold on. So
was
that Kroger that used to be on the East End, I can't remember what
it's
street it
done.
was on.
It's in the plaza, Slack Plaza, in the plaza over there. That's the Slack, but over there by the, it's in the plaza. It's gone.
Damn.
It's
Okay.
gone. It's
Wow.
gone. It's gone.
Wow.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, man. So where we live on the west side, so when Sable Life shut down, and we got an influx. What we did get, we got an influx of Dollar Generals and Family Dollars. They just start popping up like, man, like overnight. And so we lost the Save a Lot. We have the one Kroger's over here, and that's it. And it's kind of like our Kroger's is different compared to go. Say I go to the South Hills Kroger's, I go to the Kroger's in Canal City. It's like night and day because stuff that you can get, like we get a lot of. They have like the organic stuff. They have like the sushi. They make all those and other ones like
Mhm.
Kroger's or Swell. But our Kroger's are kind of like, man, we're kind of doing this bad over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're to get organic stuff, you'd be like, what's organic? The organic section is like, and even the stuff that we can get over there, you know what I mean? But it's all we got. Um, so like right now, I said my organization, Keep Your Faith, we're opening a grocery store up on the corner of Park Avenue and Central,
Okay.
and we're opening that up. We're getting that open, and but that's the service people, man, because like what it is this when you're putting a lot of these like we have like income based apartments being put, like we even have a lot of old folks, like, well, I'll call old folks, but elderly living disabled
Hmm.
people apartments, but a lot of these people don't have transportation. So you only have one store to get to. You're either paying for Uber, which is expensive, or you're riding the bus and you can't carry a lot of groceries on the bus.
Yeah,
So,
that's wow.
so it's limiting people. So like right now, like I said, where the ward, my ward is, this in a 4 or 5 block, we have like Jared Terraces. Used to be elderly. Now it's a mixture of elderly disabled. Glenwood now it's apartments. They turned Glenwood Elementary School into apartments now.
Wow.
So and it's for like disabled elderly people. You know what I mean? So people live in that, and it's like it's income based. Then we have two apartment. We have a apartment complex they built over here on Central. It's about like maybe about 8 or 9 apartments over there. That's income based. There's another income based they bought right behind my house where I live at. They built these income based apartments. So a lot of these people don't have cars, so you have no grocery store. So either you're walking, trying to carry a bunch of groceries, and you're stuck. So
Yeah,
and
man.
so what they did, and it's almost like, oh, dollar stores, but just because they thinking, well, oh, that's how we take care of people. That's not, no, that's not it. That's not it at all.
Because they don't offer the type of foods that people need. It's a whole bunch of
Processed,
junk food,
processed
yeah,
food.
processed and junk food or whatnot, and that just creates a whole nother problem, health issue.
Man, right now, like, because right now, I mean, right now, until what's going on right, like right now, like the crazy thing of it is this. So we have a high rate of like, high blood pressure, diabetes. But now we're getting like, we have 4 or 5 like free clinics being put up now with all in the same block radius, and it's like almost like it's like a cycle, like I'm not saying people don't need the help to get like the free medical care, but we're
Hmm.
going to keep putting the same business in. It's going to keep people coming to them because you're not offering the right stuff.
Right, that's true. Instead of taking like preventive measures, it's about, well, let's just patch you up, send you
Yeah,
about your
man.
way. You'll be back here in a couple of months.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
issue.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
And
Instead of getting to the root of the problem.
yeah, and one thing is too is population. Like once again, we're losing the population. Like I said, we're under 50,000 people. We're the capital of the state,
Wow.
so that's hurting us too. So population that affects businesses. It's about the dollar end of the day. Like this is like a Dave and Buster's is coming, but they're putting in Barbersville, and people are losing their mind here in Charleston for not getting it. But I understand why the reason why they put it in Barbersville because it's probably the mall they have out there was still flourishing, but also they use Marshall University, they're using the bordering of Kentucky and Ohio, and they also are going to use our metro, I guess not metro, but our metro district. So people will go, and I guess whoever pulled up, they showed it and got it. So I mean, it's about the hustle and the grind. I don't think anybody around this area really was trying to get it because, I mean, it would have helped out the city. I'm not gonna lie, Charleston could use that influx. I mean, any type of business, to me, is good business to bring people to come to the city to spend
Right,
money in the city. But
right,
our population, like I'm telling you, Raheem, that's killing us. Though we got to get our population to bump up, and that affects everything. Living in Atlanta, it's 1 million people in Atlanta. over a million people. You know what I mean? In
Mhm.
Atlanta.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Atlanta's almost as big as the state of West Virginia. I mean, you know what I mean? The population wise, you know what I
Right.
mean? I mean,
Right.
we got a little bit more than that, but you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
that, you know, like I mean,
But
they just
Charleston's a beautiful city, man.
oh, it is,
Beautiful,
man.
it's a
It
beautiful
is.
city. There are things to do, man. I mean, it's a lot of, hiking, trails. I mean, just you go to the mountains, it's beautiful, man. Fishing, whitewater rafting. I can go on and on, but there's something there for everybody. It's just,
See,
just
like,
needs more.
yeah, and that's what it is. And like what it is that like the infrastructure and businesses. So like what I said right now, the city of Charleston wise, like I said, they're trying to bring businesses in and that helps out too. And also our demographic too. Like you said, at one point in time, Charleston was out. We had more elderly than we had younger people staying. And the gist of it is to get more younger people to stay or move here,
Mm.
move in, which changes a lot. I mean, at Charleston, I mean, like, man, this past summer, when we've had all kind of festivals, we have a lot. The Multi-Fest is the 34th one's coming up this year. The Regattas came back. We have like this festival. I mean, it's all kind of events going on in Charleston. Like the Civic Center stays with an event going on. It was like the last 5 weeks in a row. There's been events like there's been 2 or 3 events per week going on at Civic Center. So it's things to do here. But like you said, we need more jobs that are paying that it's going to keep people here. You know, like you said, the opportunity. Like you said, you moved to Atlanta because the opportunity was there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we need that here, and we just need to get it here. And like I said, I mean, and right now, like I said, we're going in the right direction. Wise, they're doing it. They're
Okay.
doing it here. Just trying to got to keep the momentum going though.
Now, let me ask you this. I mean, I don't know if you all as a council members, if you all have discussion with like state representatives as far as like job growth and what are they doing up at the higher levels, as far as Senate and the West Virginia Senate and the House, do they have the same vision as you, or as people on the city council is like, hey, we need to get jobs not just in the city but also within the state to keep people here.
Yeah, and I would say that because I know we have some really progressive thinking delegates, man, and I salute to them. Matter of fact, man, you remember Hollis Lewis?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Hollis is big. He just got appointed to the delegate. I forgot the district, but he just got delegate. There's a young, strong, short guy named Sean Hornbuckle from Huntington. He's man on top of stuff. Young brother, man. He's a progressive thing, and he's they're trying to do it, but like what it is, and it gets to red and blue.
Okay.
That's like the biggest gang in the world, red or blue.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
You're right.
Republican or Democrat. So
Mm-hmm.
we're Republican heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're worried about like fighting about CRT, you know what I mean, critical race theory and stuff like that. But we're not, they're putting like crazy Lego legislation. Some of the bills that they want to pass, it's like, man, we're not, we try to grow the state. Like
Right.
now we do have a growing area. It's the Eastern Panhandle, but it's more of like a bedroom community. Like, cause it's in Martinsburg, which is like an hour, like Jefferson County, Martinsburg, Berkeley.
Right
It's
there.
like
It's close. That's close to DC.
it's an hour from DC, man. And a lot of people either work in Virginia, work in Maryland. Now they have a few spots. Like Stanley Dixon lives up there. Stanley lives up there. He lives up in Martinsburg. He
Okay.
works for the FBI, so they have like no, not for like FBI, but the RS. But they have offices and stuff up there. So so they have the access because it's close to DC. But we need to get like places like in Central Virginia like blowing up because I said because you've seen it once the coal starts slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Coal started slowing down in the 70s, so it started going away. Then at the time, then all the chemical plants, like remember we back in the day, it was either you work for
Union.
Monsanto, Carbide, and
Yeah.
DuPont. So DuPont shut down. Well, not shut down. Not DuPont shut down, but Carbide started like slicing jobs, and everybody started moving to Houston because they moved into Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of our parents moved to Houston because they had, that's where your job was going. So we never had a plan to replace that. Because what happened, a lot of times these people who were in like political realm were already like invested in this coal mine. So they were already millionaires. So they can really care less. Like, and it's almost like I'm getting a kickback because coal is king. I don't want to bring nothing in that might try to challenge the coal,
Right.
which is not that. You don't think like that. You got to think about progressively. Eventually, we had to find something to going on, and
Yeah.
and
They
like
don't
they
think
were
about the people, you know what I'm saying?
no,
You know what I'm
no,
saying? Because people now aren't growing up to be coal miners, and coal is, I mean, it's really falling out of it. Well, it's falling out of favor. It's very few coal mines even left,
yeah,
so and a lot of these, that's old money that's thinking about their pockets or whatnot.
yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, yes, they're getting kickbacks, and I think that's been one of the main issues about West Virginia, why West Virginia's been held back or whatnot, because you
yeah,
got places like Boise, Idaho, that has surpassed Charleston, West Virginia, as far as jobs and things like
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I think some people are scared of diversity. I'll be honest with you. Like
mm,
one thing about Charleston, I can say this: we're a very diverse city. I might say one of the most diverse thinking cities in the state.
mhm.
So, and a lot of these other areas are there. I think they're afraid of diversity because sometimes it scares you. The unknown scares you. So if you're used to doing so many things for so many years, we've been doing this for 50 years. Sometimes you got to think outside the box and open up because this to maintain and thrive. Now, at one point in time, we had the fracking was going on. That was a big thing, the fracking. And
Mhm.
but we still need more industries. People working on pipeline jobs, but they weren't going to be permanent though. They were going to be for a temporary time. Then they're going to move on. But we need something permanent.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with you on that, man. All right, so real quick, man, this is your opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Sell me, or no, sell my listeners on Charleston, West Virginia. Why should they move to Charleston? Why should someone come to Charleston, West Virginia?
Well, you come to Charleston, man. Like the thing about it, man, it's a small, slow pace, but it's a small place but a big city at the same time. So you're gonna have your amenities here, but then you also can have your amenities. Like I said, you can go out into the country. We have the cabins. We have the falls. You have everything you need, man. And also here, man, it's a quiet place, man. We are our crime rate is not high at all. I'm not saying that we don't have issues. We have issues. I'm not gonna say a lot of that, but people here are really caring. They take care of each other here. I mean, like Raheem, if you tell you Raheem, it's like a family, man. People here look out for each other.
They do.
And so if you down on your luck or you need help, they'll support you. They're gonna try to see you do good. They want to see you do good. And like I said, Charleston's a good place to come to, man. And I mean, raise a family, man. Because I'm telling you, this is a great place to be, man. A great city, man. And we're coming back up, and this is a great spot to be. To come and help us glow up, get our glow up. You know what I mean?
I got you, man. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Everybody, Larry Moore, City Council member, Charleston, West Virginia City Council member,
Uh,
Larry Moore.
and I well,
Go online, check them out, support them. If
yeah,
you ever want to visit the state of West Virginia, I guarantee you will have a great time. I
yeah.
encourage everyone.
Oh,
Like I said, there is a lot of African American
oh,
history in the
yeah.
state of West Virginia. I mean, there's, I think, two HBCUs there, or is it three?
Well, there's Charles the State, and then Bluefield and West Bluefield State is a HBCU.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, so there's a lot of history there. I mean, look it up. I mean, even what's the guy's name? Henry Louis Gates. He's from West
Oh,
Virginia.
West
One of the
Virginia. Oh
leading
man,
documentary that, yeah.
man. Booker T. Washington lived here. We have down in Malden. We have like his schoolhouse and stuff that he was at. I mean, so it's got some stuff that was here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, for sure. Larry, I want to thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
I need to shout one more thing out too, man.
go ahead, go ahead.
And also, I'm going to forget to tell you that my nonprofit organization, Keep Your Faith, we're having our 17th annual Thanksgiving dinner, man. So that's going to be big time, man. We feed the community. We feed over 400 people every year. So it's
Oh
a big
wow,
thing. Yeah,
that's
17th
great,
one.
man. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, man. Tell us a little bit about your nonprofit, man. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Keep Your Faith Corporation, man. Like I said, we started off as a mentoring. We were mentoring in Glenwood Elementary in Chandler. We went from the mentoring to we went to urban gardening. Like I'm a master junior gardener. We went to that. Now we have a mental health office opened up in downtown Charleston, and now, like I said, we're in the process of opening the grocery store. And like I said, we also have workforce initiative programs we got going on too. So we're just trying to, build and help build the city up and help build things at one point in time.
That's excellent, man. I'm glad to hear that, man. I'm so proud of you, man, to see somebody I came up with, man, doing big
Yeah,
things
man. I appreciate you,
in the
man.
city, man, and doing your thing, man, on a positive level, brother. I wish you the best, man. You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
man.
I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for the city.
Thank you, man.
I definitely, want to do some things up there, and I'm saying we'll talk about that offline.
Man,
But yeah, definitely want to do some things up there for sure,
please,
man.
please, please.
Larry Moore, y'all, I'm saying support him,
Thank you.
see what's going on, in Charleston, West Virginia, how they can there's several ways how you can help. I'm sure. Check out his nonprofit. Do you want to? You online? It's a nonprofit. You have a website. Is it online?
Yeah. Keep your faith corporation.org. So they can hit us like that. And we're on Facebook too. So Keep Your Faith Corporation. Check us out, please, man. Check us out, man. And like I said, Raheem, this is so major, man. I appreciate you, man. You don't know this is so big to allow me on this platform, man, and just to spread the word about the city and this what we got going on, man. 1,000 salutes to you, my brother. I appreciate you, man.
Ah, man, it's no problem, man. It's all love, man. This is what we do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We like to shine a spotlight, man, on people doing positive things, man. We're not about the riffraff and the TMZs and all that. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure, for
You know
sure,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
This is what,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We for the people. You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
For
sure,
for
for
the
sure,
people. For
for
sure, man.
sure. Yeah, man.
But I want to thank you for your time and
Thank you.
everything. And